Hello everybody, Johnny Haynes here. I am just going to do a tool demonstration on how to make a tent peg. Here's one I did earlier, and as you can see, this was actually made from about 8 inches or so piece of wood. Willow's great, nice and durable, especially when it's green. As you can see with this one, the aim is to use a sheath knife today, so you can make a pointy edge, but then also a stop cut as well. That's where obviously the string will go if you are using a tent, a line or something to secure a tent. So that's what we're going to make today. So start off with my safety glove, and so what I did is I actually used a bow saw to cut down a length. So I've got my piece of wood that I can use here today, a little stick, and first of all I'm just going to take the sheath off the knife, and I'm going to aim to strip off the bark first of all. Now you want to choose a stick that doesn't have too many knots or eyes in it, because that will really affect how easily you're able to strip off the bark. Okay, so when you're doing this, let me just move the one I did earlier out of the way. When you're doing this, you want to have a straight arm, and you want to be the knife wants to go away from you, always away. All right, and as you're doing this, obviously you've got to make sure that there is no one around you either, so you've got 2 arms length away. They call it the blood bubble. Sounds a bit macabre, but that's the truth. Because obviously you do not want to injure anybody else. So here I am, just stripping the bark. Just away from me at all times, onto a nice secure surface as well. That's always useful. If there are any problems, just realign your grip again, and just make sure that you've got secure grip of the peg. Now I've stripped off the bark now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create the point of the peg. So this is where I'm just going to start chipping away at the end. Again, making sure it's away from me at all times. I've got control over the blade. Just taking off little bits. Sharpen up that end point, so it'll drive into the ground nice and confidently and comfortably. Look at that. So there we go, like a pencil. That's sharpening up nicely. Now I'm going to flip over the other end, and I'm going to put a stop cut about just above 1/4 of the way down. So to do that, I will cut downwards, down into the wood. Again, you're cutting down, so the blade is always away from you. And then I'm going to flick outwards and away, outwards and away. I'm going to go down again, flicking outwards and away. Outwards and away. There we go. Let me just put the cover or the sheath on the knife. There we go. So there we go. There's my tent peg using a sheath knife safely. Thanks very much. Cheers. I think I've got to go and make about another dozen of those. Keep my tent secure. Thanks.